So the second method I will show to you will be the method using equations. And this is generally my preferred method because equations are highly efficient and they're also the most direct way we can translate sentences into something which makes mathematical sense, which is visualized with variables and numbers, and we put variables and numbers together to form an equation, solve that equation, and we're done. So the first step of equations is to define the variable. So what am I after? Well, I'm after Kelly's stamps and Jenny's stamps. So one of them I can just define as x. I will do that to Kelly's, sure. So Kelly's stamps will be represented by x. So now I have to think, well, what about Jenny's stamps? What is that in terms of x? Well, that is given away by the second sentence. If Jenny gave Kelly 66 stamps, then both of them would have the same number of stamps. So if you take Jenny's stamps minus 66 and Kelly's stamps plus 66, you get the same number. Both of them would be x. So that's essentially saying that Jenny has 66 times 2 more stamps than Kelly. Right? Because if you take 66 from one, add it to another, then you get the same amount. So Jenny's stamps will be x plus 66 times 2, which we can just simplify as 132. All right, so that is the very first step. We have defined our variables. Now we need to start translating these sentences to form an equation. And what we can do is use the sentence: if Kelly gave Jenny 6 stamps, then the number of stamps Jenny would have to the number of stamps Kelly would be in the ratio of 5:1. Okay, so this is the hardest step, because once I've done this, I will have translated everything into an equation. If I set the equation up wrong, even if I solve it correct, I will get the wrong answer. So this step is crucial. So I'm going to take Kelly's stamps, who had x, and I'm going to take away 6, right? Because she's giving away 6 of her stamps. And Jenny's stamps, which started as x plus 132, will now get 6 of those stamps. And the last piece of the puzzle here is that this would be in the ratio of 5:1. So that means that, again, Jenny's stamps would be 5 times that of Kelly. So what I'm going to do to Kelly's stamps is just multiply it by 5. Great, so I'm going to take this, multiply it by 5. So my equation is set up. Now I just have to simplify it a bit and then I can solve it. What I'm going to do first is I am going to use the distributive property. So I'm going to distribute this 5 into the x and the negative 6. So 5 times x is 5x, minus 6 times 5 is minus 30, and that is equal to x plus 138. Right, 132 plus 6, 138. So now I need to move all my variables to one side and all the numbers to the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the x's and I'm going to collect them on the left side, and I'm going to collect my numbers on the right side. And whenever I move numbers or variables from one side of the equation to the other, I just have to be careful to switch my sign. So on the left side, we will have 5x minus x, and that's going to be equivalent to 138 plus 30. 5x minus x is 4x, and that is equal to 138 plus 30, which is 168. So x, therefore, is 168 over 4, which would be 42. So the number of stamps Kelly had, right, is x. That's what this x means. So Kelly has 42. Great. And the number of stamps Jenny has is not quite x, but I can use that to plug that in here, right? Is 42 plus 132, which again is 174. 174. So there we have it. 2 different methods, bit of different time length, but ultimately the same answer. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I very much look forward to seeing you in this course. Bye bye.